with coverage you can count on. This is WNEMTV5 News.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Good morning to you. We are taking a live look over mid-Michigan on this New Year's Eve. Can't believe 2021 is just one day away. Still this morning, perhaps some slick spots on some side roads, but other than that, just get ready for some cold weather. Thanks so much for waking up and hanging out with us here at TV5. I'm Blake Keller, meteorologist. Chris Eastlick also here. A much better morning commute for everyone this morning, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And hats off to our road crews and all our plow drivers, private and the road crews that are from Saginaw County, especially, who we did see clear roads on our morning drives today. I'm sure that's the case in other counties as well. Your First Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar live from MBS shows that we do have dry conditions early this morning. Had a few flurries off to our north as we began today. Looks like those are still hanging on in some of those regions, but should fade away as the day goes along. We have some cloud cover around too. That will also break up from time to time and I think give us a few peaks of sunshine, which should be a nice change from yesterday too. Your temperatures right around the 20s and low 30s this morning. 30 in Flint, the warm spot as we begin today. 29 in Caseville, 29 in Port Hope, 22 in Clare, and 28 in Mount Pleasant. We've also got wind chills that are in the teens too, so certainly feeling a little cooler here and there. But thankfully, the wind chill should remain pretty minor today. We're seeing winds back off generally to about 5 to 10 this morning. A few spots here and there, still seeing a few occasional bump ups to around 10 to 15, but I think those will become less common as the day goes along. I think we'll have a mix of clouds and sun from time to time. Temperatures will be right around the low 30s this afternoon. We'll take a look at our next storm system that arrives tomorrow. That's coming up in just a bit. Right now, your live on time traffic map shows one accident in Genesee County, but otherwise good traffic flow. That accident at Stanley Road in the northbound lanes near Oxbow Lane. So if that's part of your morning commute, keep an eye out for that.
All right, Chris, thank you. A power struggle over the pandemic continues to unfold in Lansing. Governor Gretchen Whitmer vetoed legislation that would kill emergency public health orders after 28 days, unless approved by the legislature. Whitmer says the bill would recklessly undermine the Department of Health and Human Services. That agency is setting virus rules in Michigan after the state Supreme Court limited Whitmer's ability to do so herself. This as the state reported more than 4,200 cases of COVID yesterday and is awaiting results on more than 40,000 probable cases. Health officials here in the U.S. will be watching closely as Britain rolls out a vaccine developed by Oxford and AstraZeneca. The U.K. has devised a new plan to get more people vaccinated quickly. Charlie D'Agata reports.
It's a bold strategy to put the vaccination program here into overdrive.
Today I want to begin with the good news, the approval of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine.
The plan to delay the time between administering the first dose and the follow-up jab by up to 3 months. That effectively doubles the number of people who can be vaccinated in the short term to provide more people a level of virus protection. Already licensed vaccines need 2 shots within a 4-week window. Professor Sarah Gilbert led the team in Oxford.
Nobody in the trials who had the first dose of the vaccine from 3 weeks after that was admitted to hospital with COVID, not one of them. So it's potentially going to have a huge impact on people going into hospital with COVID.
The need here couldn't be greater. Ambulances carrying COVID patients are stacking up outside hospitals as a mutant strain of the virus pushes hospitalizations to levels not seen since the pandemic began. The Oxford vaccine may have stumbled along the way with a dosing error, complaints of inconclusive data, and an FDA pause on U.S. trials after a UK participant suffered a possible serious side effect. But the U.S. has backed it to a tune of $1.2 billion, with the promise of at least 300 million doses. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News, London.
This morning, the pandemic claims another event right here in mid-Michigan. The Caro Winterfest has been canceled. In a press release, organizers cited uncertainty about whether state mandates during the pandemic would affect the event. It was scheduled to take place in February at the Tuscola County Fairgrounds. Now, the series of snowmobile races started in 2009, but the past 2 years' events were canceled due to weather conditions. Organizers say they're now moving on to plan for the 2022 event. All right, here's a live look over Flint this morning, where residents are one step closer to getting money from damages they suffered from the water crisis. Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed legislation creating a trust fund to handle the $641 million settlement in the Flint water crisis. It includes $600 million from the state, $20 million from Flint, $20 million from McLaren, and $1.25 million from Rowe Professional Services. Whitmer, in a statement, says what happened never should have and called the settlement a major step toward healing the people of Flint. Well, a toddler is in grave condition after a fall that turned what was supposed to be a festive holiday season into days of emotional anguish.
He's an outgoing, extremely loving child. Like, this kid brings happiness to everybody.
Well, the father of 18-month-old Easton tells TV5 it happened on Christmas Eve. He says the boy was with his mother and other family members in Lapeer County when the boy managed to squeeze his way through railing supports and fell more than 12 feet, fracturing his skull in 2 places. Now that boy is recovering at Hurley in Flint.
They started doing CAT scans and x-rays and all these different types of tests. They put a brain pressure monitor like right here in his head.
Now the family is reaching out for help with his expenses. If you would like to donate, you'll find their GoFundMe page in the hot link section of WNEM.com.
I knew that a lot of people would show up for him, but I was not expecting this great of a turnout.
Well, it's a sight you might not expect to see in Flint. Midland patrol cars filling the parking lot at Hurley Medical Center. Police, along with other emergency responders, friends, and family, showing support outside the hospital room window of 2020 Midland Police Officer of the Year, Tyler Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth was one of 2 officers injured in a Christmas Eve incident where a man set himself on fire. Now that man died. Hollingsworth suffered serious burns.
He's doing well. He's had 2 surgeries so far, so he's still in a lot of pain, but he is healing very slowly but surely. But he has a very positive attitude, and I think that's really helping get him through.
Now, a parade was also held outside the Midland home of the other officer that was injured in that incident. More local news. The Bigby store in Midland actually donating $4,000 to the Jaden Lamb Memorial Foundation, a nonprofit helping families and children fighting cancer. The money coming from Tuesday's profits, of which the store pledged to donate 100%. The foundation, named after an 8-year-old Midland boy whose Pay It Forward movement gained worldwide attention before his death in 2012. All right, Jeopardy fans will see Alex Trebek in action for his final shows next week. 5 episodes recorded before his death last month will air between January 4th and 8th. The final episode will feature a special tribute to Trebek, who hosted more than 8,000 Jeopardy episodes. And when the show resumes the following week, it will be guest hosted by its legendary champion, Ken Jennings. You can catch Trebek's last shows right here each night at 7. All right, TV5 News time right now is 6:39. A new strain of the coronavirus continues to pop up in the U.S., plus a look at efforts to roll out the vaccine across the country. Here's a live cam right now of Bay City, a nice view right there, a little bit colder for us. Chris is tracking your New Year's Eve forecast and more coming up next.